Good day, my dear moths. I wanted to show you my wool before I cut it for the new rug. And I also need your opinion on the rug. So I'm putting this on YouTube because it's going to be a bit long and I can't put it on our group. So I just wanted to show you. Remember, I had put my diary videos that I'm recording to do my classes for dyeing wool, and there were some model pieces in there. I was trying a new technique in which I take off-white wool, which is this, and I wanted to make more of a pattern in it rather than the mottled effect that I usually do. And I was using onion skins, so just as a warning here, if you like these, make sure you save your onion skins. So this is the first one, and it's not as much of an effect, but it is a really good different mottled effect. But this is another one. And this was off-white wool. This was an odd piece. I'm not sure what color that was, but it's nice anyway. It's much thinner, so it wasn't the same piece of wool. But this is the one that I used onion skins on. Is that not nice? Oh my. You can see some of the patterns that I had. And that. Oh. Can you believe that was white at one time? Gosh. I hate to cut that one, really. So I want to go over some of the wool, and I'm not going to take it out and show you. I'm just going to sort of go through it. For the colors in this new mat, these are a patterned wool. Got lots of those. This is such a strange wool. It's nubby, but I'm not going to use it. It's not dark enough for me, and I don't think I want those pinks in there. And this one is another model piece. Lots of darks in it. And of course, these pieces will be small. They're going to be this size. So you can get a lot of different shades out of one piece of wool. These are different. These are actually felt from a pool table. It was beige. And these aren't ironed. You can see the wrinkles in them. So they will give me some nice colors. And some reds. These reds were the pink wool that I dyed red for the Christmas stockings, I believe. So lots of good different colors. So I have a lot of wool, as you notice, all really nice. And I'm not going to cut it all up, of course, for this pattern. So whatever's left, then I use that for the pennies. But that one, and then this one has stripes in it, but it's pretty. It's a nice blue, and this is a really nice blue. I've had that blanket for a long time. And then there's some reds, because I was so stuck on using velvet, and I had that velvet, so I wanted to put some wool in that was close to that color. I didn't want to put velvet in for the tongues. So all of this is for Brother Moth to cut. We'll keep him busy. He's at his treatment today. And there's some more. Really nice old wool. I love working with the old wool. It just has a different feel to it. And then there's this, which has multiple colors in it. I hope I'm showing this on the camera. And that's another beautiful old piece, and so is this. And this, really nice. He will have fun cutting all of those, although the rectangles are very easy to cut. Now, if you remember the blanket with the velvets in, well, I dyed the velvets. I took the pieces apart and I dyed them. And now I'm not sure that I'm going to use them, but they are very nice. I cut that one. They're beautiful, and they're old upholstery fabrics. And they didn't dye much, but just a little bit of an old tinge to them. Very dark pieces. That's a nice dark green. Can you remember when they had sofas and chairs in this type of fabric? Back in the 30s, 20s, 30s, 40s. A lot of them were red. This is nice. I like that. That's interesting. There's some little pieces. This one's nice, very thin. Blue. It's all the colors that are in the mats, so that's a nice one. This one got really mottled. Isn't that nice? This one, I don't think it took it all. But that's definitely a sofa and chair from that back then. That. This one didn't take it all. It's interesting that it did dye a little bit. I mean, these all go with the colors of the mat. That's nice. And then those. Now, I need your opinion. I'm very undecided what to do with this mat. Take those off so I don't disturb the mat. Okay. So, yeah, you can see the mat. Of course, let's see now. Keep in mind that these are going to be cut, and that will change the look of it. And I'll go through after and tell you the ones that I don't like in here. So originally it was these 4 rows, and then I had a large piece in the center. And I didn't like that. It didn't look good. Then I thought, well, I'll put another row in. And generally what happens is, with the pattern, you need that much of a width of all your tongues. They're all pretty much even. The width here is your width of your tongue. And of course it goes under. Everyone goes under. So rather than recreate the pattern, I thought, well, I'll put another row in. But I'm not sure now. So these are the only, that's too big, I think. I mean, the tongues can go up a little bit, but I think that's too large. although I don't know. I'm so undecided about this. Then I thought, well, what if I just put a small one in? And I think that one looks much better. I think that is, and the reason that looks good is because it goes with the measurements in the rug, because this circle is the same length as the tongues. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to go with that. But I don't like the velvet. I mean, I could use some of those and put those in, but I'm wondering if I should just get rid of the velvet and get rid of that in my mind and put a wool piece here with a date on it. So let me know what you think. I haven't tried the wool. I do have a brown, but I'm thinking it would have to be one of these colors that would need to go there with a date on it. And the colors that I don't like is this one. It's too light. I don't like this one because it's too pink. And basically, that's it. I don't like the really light gray. See the difference in the gray? That one I don't really like. Take that one out. But see, this doesn't go with anything. It's just doesn't go with anything at all. This one is passable. This one I don't like. That one's got to go out. But I don't know. There's another one of the pink. Some of the pink are pretty good. I mean, they look pretty good, but I just don't want to use them. I'd like to use a lot of browns, and there's another one that maybe. But this is definitely gone. See, this is just too light everywhere. That one is pretty light too. And it varies because of the way the wool is modeled too. So let me know, should I persevere and try and get centers from the old quilt, from these things? I mean, would that look nice? It just, to me, it seems as though I need some wool from here, and a date. So I'm not sure. Now, I also wanted to mention, with this, it is, well, I can't move it, but it circles underneath here on the base. And it has red thread, the same as it does for the marriage rug. You have your pattern, your tissue pattern, and you do it. But with this one, you start from the outside and you go down, which is so much easier. And now, where is my tongue? When you have your tongues, you don't stitch the tongues before you put it on, like you did the marriage rug. You would have your tongue here. See, am I in camera? Yeah, okay. You have your tongue here, and you have all of these tongues. Well, that one's got to go this way. Oh, gosh. But anyway, you have all of your tongues basted on. And then you stitch all the tongues to one another. They're all stitched to one another on the mat so that it's flat and nothing comes up. It's just one stitch to the other, to the other, to the other. Because they're so small, I thought that perhaps you don't need, remember in the marriage rugs, we had the little decoration and it would hold the tongues down in place. So you really don't need that. That may be just too much stitching with these because they're very small. And now I'm going to send a template, a plastic template. I didn't try it yet, but I'm pretty sure it'll work. And you're going to cut your own little half circle. Now, I've done these just by hand, just with the scissors. I'll do one. And I just do it by guide, nothing fancy, because you really don't want them perfect. And then I kind of trim it up a little bit. Usually that side gives me a little trouble. But there, see, it's so easy. You don't even need a template. It's really easy to do. I've got all that stuff on my rug now. But it's going to be an easy rug to do. There's nothing complicated about it, especially when all of your tongues are here and they're all in place. You're going to base them in place, and then that's all you do is stitch and stitch and stitch and stitch and stitch. And if you use wool, I'm not going to send the base with this because it's a big kit and it's an awful lot of pennies, and so I'm just sending the wool with this, and then you cut those and you're ready to go. But if you have a wool base, then that's all you do is blanket stitch the wool base. I'll take some of that off here. So you would stitch your pennies, and then you would go in the back, and then you would stitch your wool base and catch your wool base when you stitch it into each one of those pennies so that they're stuck. They're not going to come up. So that's it. Help me decide. Should I get rid of the velvet, get rid of all that, and put a piece of wool there with a date? I'm thinking that's the way I want to go. I think it's the velvet that's in my mind that I just don't want to give it up for some reason. But anyway, let me know, and I hope you have a happy day and everyone's staying cool. I know your weather is bad down there, a lot of flooding and things like that. I hope everyone is safe. So until next time, goodbye, my dear moths.